Kia ora. As we head in those final few days towards Christmas, we'll find our weather dominated by some pretty warm and muggy air. And for today at least, a fair covering of cloud. You can see on the satellite pictures most of New Zealand shrouded in that cloud. As we go through towards the afternoon, we'll find some clear skies returning towards those more inland parts of the Southland. But here is where we'll find showers springing up. And some of those could be fairly heavy, perhaps even thundery, through parts of Southland and Otago as we head through the afternoon. To the north, you can see another area of low pressure. That's one of the systems introducing all this warm and muggy air over us, and it stays out towards the west, but it will throw a fair amount of that warm air over us as we head through the night time and in towards the early hours of Saturday morning, keeping things pretty warm through the night as well. Check out these minimum temperatures as we head in towards the early hours of Saturday morning. Nothing lower than around about 15 degrees Celsius across many parts of the Northland. And even for the Southland, many spots that stay in around about 12 or 13 degrees Celsius at the very coolest. So a very warm night, and still with those high humidity values and a fair covering of cloud for many of us as we go through into Saturday as well. Now through Saturday, that low pressure continues to drive down towards the south and the east, and it does throw more wet weather in towards those northern parts of the Southland, places like the Nelson and Tasman area. It will also keep a fair covering of cloud across the Northland, and beneath the thickest of that cloud we will have some patchy rain, particularly across those northern and western areas, more so up across Northland and also in towards those far southern parts, in towards Wellington as well. We'll keep a bit more cloud there, whilst down in the far south we'll still have more cloud, and I think still waiting for that wet weather to feed on towards places like Westland, where there could be some heavy rainfall as we head through Sunday. But let's stick with Saturday. We are going to keep plenty of cloud across the Northland. Some showers or perhaps some longer spells of rain edging closer towards Northland through the daytime. We'll always keep more cloud, I think, from say Taranaki to the Bay of Plenty and up towards the north and the west. And beneath that, we will find beneath the thickest of the cloud, we'll find some showers or spells of rain. But I think it's more cloud than anything else. And I think it's going to be another very warm day. The best early brightness is likely to be out towards that eastern coast, Hawke's Bay, up towards that Tairāwhiti, Gisborne Way, some brightness and some sunshine through there, and a little bit warmer as well. While as we head through the daytime on Saturday, we'll find the cloud pushing in towards the Kapiti coast and down towards Wellington, and we will find some patchy rain arriving there as we head through the day. Now you can see we keep hold of that warm air, so again our daytime temperatures climbing quite nicely. Highs of 26 and 27 in Gisborne and Hawke's Bay, 25 or so up through Auckland. But it's our night times again, which you'll notice it's very warm once more. 19 degrees Celsius our minimum temperature overnight Saturday into Sunday for the likes of say Auckland. A very warm, muggy, close and sticky night as well. As we head down towards as we head through the next couple of days, always worth keeping a close eye on those fire risks, especially as we go through towards those Christmas holidays. Thinking about barbecues on the beach, do keep a very close eye on the fire conditions where you are. Head along to check it's all right before you start any barbecues or any fires, just to find out how things are panning out for you. As we go down towards the South Island, we'll keep hold of a fair covering of cloud, and as we go through the daytime, we'll find that wet weather moving in towards the likes of, say, Nelson and Buller as well. Down south, we've got those showers to watch out for. We'll still keep a fair covering of cloud as we head through the daytime, but a bit of brightness returning there just towards the end of the day. But you can see we always have that risk of a few showers. The wettest weather, though, up in the far northern parts of our patch, and that's where we're going to find our thickest cloud as well. But down south, we've still got plenty of warm air over us. So you can see our daytime temperatures widely up above 20 degrees Celsius, even as high as 24 for the likes of, say, Blenheim. And our overnight temperatures are still very warm as well. Nothing much cooler than, say, 12 degrees Celsius for Mount Cook. As we go through in towards the weekend, we are going to keep hold of that high risk of fire danger, though, particularly around these more eastern parts, in through parts of, say, the Mackenzie country, up through those more inland parts of Marlborough as well. So again, check those conditions before you have any fires or anything as we go through in towards the Christmas week itself. So, speaking of Christmas, here's Christmas Eve. We keep hold of that general northwesterly feed of air. It continues to bring some of that moisture in as well, particularly across those more western parts of our patch. Some heavier rainfall feeding through in towards parts of Western, and there is a watch out for heavy rainfall about the ranges there south of Otira as we head through the daytime. You can see that heavier rain still with us through in towards the end of the day, Christmas Eve, and through towards Christmas morning as well. With that general northwesterly feed of air, the further you are towards the north and the west, you'll find more cloud and the risk of some showers or spells of rain, generally drier and warmer out towards the east. As we head through towards Christmas morning, well, we keep hold of that northwesterly feed of air, and there is the chance that with a fair bit of moisture and a fair bit of warmth, we could well find some fairly hefty showers, perhaps even the odd rumble of thunder, and not out of the question as we go through the North Island on, say, Christmas Day. So it is worth keeping an eye on the forecast there. Everything does look to be improving through the day. So as we head through towards the end of the day, we should find some drier conditions, perhaps the best of the brightness and the driest, warmest temperatures as well out towards that eastern side of the North Island for Christmas Day. Places like Hawke's Bay up as high as 30, 32 degrees Celsius. On the South Island, generally some drier and brighter weather there. I think places like Christchurch and Canterbury looking pretty decent through Christmas Day. There's more cloud pushing back in towards the south later on, but I think we are going to find that there's plenty of dry weather on the South Island. But for the North Island, do keep an eye out for those showers. It's worth trying to plan your barbies as we go through and towards the next few days. Do keep an eye on the forecast. The team here at Met Service will keep a look at that forecast as we go through the weekend, keeping updated with all the latest information. And you can always find that at metservice.com.